I'm actually currently editing last month's vlog, or the last 2 months, couple months, the vlog I just posted before this one. I'm realizing a lot of things now as I'm filming the vlogs. I need to get a little bit more organized with it. Lost a lot of footage in the last one just from not thinking, accidentally formatting the wrong cards when I'm trying to swap footage around. I have a larger capacity card now in this camera, so I don't need to do that as much. But yeah, that's the one thing I'm working on. So it is officially December 1st, which is absolutely wild to me. I can't believe the year's almost over. And I'm completely excited for it. I'm honestly just completely done. So this is kind of a start. So we're going to try to film a little bit every day. I'm going to try to edit the footage along the way, so all the vlogs and things like that are going to be a little bit better. But my main focus in this one is going to be getting back into doing general art, illustration, that sort of stuff. I'm still literally editing the other vlogs, so I have no idea how well it's going to be received. There's some stuff in there, me just hanging out with my friends and making art with them and stuff like that. But the last few months I haven't been able to make too much personal work, and I haven't really drawn. I just haven't had time, motivation, all that stuff. And it sucks for sure, but I think it's one of those things you just get used to, and it's not that big a deal. But I'm definitely burned out. I'm definitely a little bummed out, and I just want to make some art, that doesn't necessarily need to be for anything or product. Also, this is like the, I don't know, second day the online shop is like been officially up. I have a release out right now, so I have a couple orders, which is sick. So thank you guys. So these haven't been sent out yet, but that's because it's the next day. That's honestly super amazing. And anyone that's purchased anything in the past or is planning on purchasing anything in the future, it's absolutely incredible that you guys even do that. I can't even believe it. It's just such a weird, surreal thing, and I put a lot of work and time into some stuff. And just to know that people care enough to actually want to have it in their life and they'll spend money on it, which is just insane still. I really do appreciate it, and you guys are the best. And without that sort of income coming in, I wouldn't be able to do half the things I want to do or plan to do on this channel. So all that stuff super helps. It just gets pumped back into making more stuff. And when COVID hit, it was one of the worst things that ever happened to my freelance career. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be starting to talk about this now that they have a bit more perspective and things are hopefully a little bit better. It's just, it happens. And it's unfortunately a way of life where if you're going to live freelance or like a gig lifestyle, it sucks. It really does. It's not easy. It's not necessarily always fun. And it's hard. If you don't have an established following, if you're a bit older, it's also even harder. I mean, even though I'm not, I know people that have been doing it much longer than I have, but they've found ways into it. And there's just a lot of things that work against you when you first start out. And I've literally made it a couple times, and then just something will come up and completely decimate my freelance business. It happens all the time, and I've just gotten used to it. But I'm kind of sick of living my life like that. I've been looking for full-time work like everyone else has for basically the past year. All my design contracts that I had were canceled, all that stuff. It sucks. I don't have a degree. I'm self-taught. So I get a lot of random bullshit when it comes to applying places because I don't have a degree, but they like the work. And it's starting to get a little bit more lax on that, but there's still places that are a bit more corporate that just don't understand that someone's capable of teaching themselves the fundamentals of graphic design or illustration without a degree to work in a corporate setting, which honestly, if they can't see that, I don't really want to work for them anyway. It's an end to a means, unfortunately, when it comes to that sort of stuff. It's not even enjoyable work half the time. It's work that you need to do to live. But it also allows me to kind of have a bit of a clearer headspace and do things like that. It's fine. I've had the chance to work with some pretty cool corporate companies. I work with Converse. They're a Nike brand. I did multiple contracts with them. I did, I think, 4 technically. 2 back-to-back with a gap, and then another 2 back-to-back. Or maybe it was 5. Was it 5? I can't even remember. But, I spent some time there, and it was a lot of fun. And things have changed. Things keep getting more expensive. Gigs like that I do enjoy, even though like they don't really treat contracted people the best. That's with every company I've, in my personal experience so far, is that when you're a contracted employee, you're second class citizen in the eyes of a corporation. No matter what they say, it's just how it is. It's built into the infrastructure of society to be like that, because people don't think you deserve to be there. It's just a fact. If you're a contracted person, half the time people do not think you deserve to be there, and that's fine. That's a real thing. But a lot of people don't want to talk about it. I understand, because it's not like a fun, positive way to look at design or anything like that if you freelance. But it's a real thing a lot of people deal with all the time, like on a daily basis sometimes. It's just, it's frustrating, and I don't know why I'm ranting so much, but I think I'm going to probably just start this vlog off with the intention to have some fun, make some art, just do whatever. The Discord's starting to pick back up, so that's awesome. So head over there, check that out, and we're just gonna keep making some stuff while I can do it. As of right now, I'm still going that day job, a couple small gigs here and there, which is awesome, and it's been fine. But yeah, I'm still like looking for a company to work for that allows me to kind of do the things I want to do and upgrade a lot of things that need to be upgraded, like my living situation, like my apartment and stuff is just absolute trash. I mean, you guys have watched my videos long enough at this point to know that. I will eventually do an apartment tour when I probably leave this place, so you guys can see this stuff, but because this is in public space, I'm not trying to like call up my landlord and all that in an area of Boston that's super small, and some people know me already from YouTube, so I'm not trying to do that right now, not until I can leave and things are fine. You know, I'm not going to deal with repercussions of talking about how shitty my slumlord is. But that's something to be talking about. And you know what? Maybe I'll actually do a video about working for Converse. I'm not really sure how to go about it in a way yet where it wouldn't be, you know, too subjective because of my personal experiences there. I had some weird things happen while I was there. And I'll try to be, you know, brutally honest with you if you're a freelancer now, you're starting to work for larger brands. My experience necessarily won't be your experience, so I'll have to figure out a way to properly articulate that in a video. But that being said, I'm going to, I guess, get started. Not sure how well you can hear me with the mask on, but I'm heading out now to drop off these orders. Okay, so this is kind of a weird thing, but I figured I'd share it. I had to order more packaging, and they sent it, and I literally only ordered a couple boxes. They shipped it in this massive box here. So these are smaller boxes to ship out just singular toys. Makes it a lot cheaper for you guys when you order things on the website, so I had to get these. Normally I reuse boxes and come down, but I just don't have time to do that all the time. And then they sent all these like air bubble things, which I'm going to reuse, but it's just crazy how much packaging waste my packaging company has. Like, I'm sure if I were to buy these, they'd be super expensive. So I'm just gonna fold up some of these boxes, just have them ready for when orders get placed. I can quickly pack them up. So this is something I do every once in a while, just to make things a little bit more efficient for myself. Instead of doing this every time I get an order, I can just grab them. I'm back now. It is literally 8 o'clock, so 8 a.m. I'm going to try to have a productive day. I don't know. I'm really tired. So I'm going to draw for an hour. I guess I'm going to film some of that. I feel weird about filming that for some reason, even though I do it live all the time. I think it's just figuring out an angle that looks good is really hard to do on my desk. And just like with how tight all the space is in my bedroom, it's just not an easy one to film. Got a couple other like weird tasks today as well. So I made these gift boxes, or the concept for these gift box ideas for pretty much the holiday season, with all of my merch in one box. Keeping the boxes super limited. This is just to try to clear out of some inventory and recoup some losses of 2020 so I can make new things and new merch. You don't need to get one of these, and you can also support the channel by not purchasing anything, by liking and subscribing to the channel, commenting, all that stuff. Sharing videos is super helpful. All that stuff really helps me out as a creator. I have some other things that are coming in today that I need to take care of. My old trusty wheelie cart, which you guys have seen in some videos. I don't know if I talked about it that much, but pretty much everything in my bedroom studio is on wheels. And the reason for that is because it's a very tight space. I need to be able to move things around, and also having a wheeled cart where you can keep your paint and projects you're working on is absolutely amazing. Mainly use it for shipping stuff, honestly. That's like my main thing. But now, because one of the wheels broke off, it's like got a whole ream of paper underneath it to hold it up. I'm really bummed about that. But I have a new one of them on the way, which is a lot more heavy duty.
Cars can't talk. I've been trying to light shit on fire with my eyes for years.
I know, that's why you get headaches.
My dad actually used to say that when I would get mad. He'd go, "Don't give me those fire starter eyes."
Right.
It's now Sunday. I just finished the day at work. Came home, finished this the other day, so you guys probably saw some little clips of that, or like a little time-lapse video that's out. Just come home, like I said, I got some sick prints from one of my friends, actually. So check these things out. I'm gonna tag her Instagram on the screen here so you guys can check her stuff out. So sick. Just an amazing painter. Does some awesome work. These prints came out absolutely amazing as well. Just awesome. Such a cool thing to get today. So it's pretty good. I'm going to go and clean up my room and do all these things that I've ignored basically all week because I've been working pretty much nonstop. Alright, so it is Monday the 7th. It's the following week from when I first started recording. I had to work at the day job pretty much like all week, so that took up most of the time of the week the last couple of days. That's where I've been. And I really haven't gotten too much done. Started doing like a posting schedule with Instagram and figuring out all that stuff and trying to be more professional when it comes to posting on my social media. I'm going to go hang out with Mais in a little bit. We're going to go and work on casting some toys today. So this is his first time casting resin toys, so I'm going to help him out with that. And I'm going to take you guys along to show you because I get asked all the time. I'll probably do a separate video on casting your own toys. That's pretty much my plan for today, is just help my ace with that stuff, get his sculptures in some silicone, and hopefully have some castings by tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens from there. So we are just gonna draw now. We're at the shop and we're gonna do some toys. Somebody forgot their toys, so that's fun.
Yeah,
So we're gonna draw.
I know Khalid.
I just got back from the shop hanging out with my It was a little cold there, so I decided to come home a little early. We called it a night. I was working on this cart before, so you guys saw some clips of that. It came in super dented, which really sucked, but I was able to fix it. I took this rubber mallet I have here, and you can probably see the dents a little bit still. Basically just slammed it in here on both sides while holding it to kind of help with how much it teeters back and forth. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. I think tomorrow I just got to pick up a washer or something to raise the wheel because they're not adjustable casters, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's okay. There's a few other spots I might be able to hit with the mallet to straighten it out. So we're going to debadge this. This is something that people do with their cars all the time if they don't like the plastic that's on there. I do not like the plastic that's on this. So I'm going to grab my heat gun. We're going to go with a low heat. And we're just going to heat this thing up. I don't care if this thing like gets warped or fucked up because I hate how it looks. I'm never going to put it on anything. So we're going to do that with a low heat. Alright, so that's now off. Got that debadged. Just went at it with a little razor scraper. Isopropyl alcohol right here. Got pretty much all the adhesive off. There's these two spots that are kind of tarnished the metal a little bit underneath. Not a big deal. I'm probably going to cover this with something. I haven't decided yet, but I'll probably put something here. I always end up getting these things covered in stickers and tags and you name it. So it'll be nice for tonight. And then tomorrow, I'm sure I'll put the first sticker on it. I'll probably do like a label. I jokingly label all of my stuff in my studios as like weird names. So the old cart was Wheelie 1. I might make a Wheelie 2 tag for this one. December 10th. It's a Thursday. I just broke 1,000 subscribers. This was 2 days ago. pretty incredible. I can't remember if I filmed something or not. I probably didn't. I was super excited. Thank you guys so much. It's absolutely amazing that I've reached this milestone. I never thought that would, honestly, I never thought that would happen on YouTube. No idea the stuff that I was making mattered that much to other people, but I'm really glad it does, and I'm glad that there's a community forming around the stuff that I'm making and the stuff that you're making, and it's really cool to see what you guys have been up to, sharing the stuff that you're making. It's awesome. I'm super inspired by all the stuff you guys are making, especially on the Discord. People post some amazing work on there, building a community of other creatives, people showing how they do things, sharing their tricks, their tips, all that stuff, materials they like to use, whatever. So that's kind of, I think, going to be something I focus a bit more on versus just my own personal studio stuff, which I never know how to film anyway. I'm filming in a really small, crappy Boston apartment. You know, it's a little hard to do the projects I was doing before when I had access to Innovations Lab and all this crazy shit. I don't have that anymore, and I probably won't for some time. So we're going to not necessarily change the entire format. I think I'm going to get a little bit more specific about the stuff that I share with the studio vlogs. I have no idea what you guys really want to see when it comes to that stuff. People say that they like them. I just don't know necessarily what you like about them. So definitely let me know. Comment something in the bottom that you like in the studio vlogs or you don't like, so I can kind of adjust the format to be a little bit more proper, I guess. A little bit more fitting to what you guys are into and what you want to actually see out of my content. I did start a TikTok a few months ago because everyone told me to do it. I'm starting to upload stuff on there now. It's just going to be our time-lapse stuff. Also, Instagram just hit 1,600 followers, so that's huge for me as well. I never thought that would happen, and it's still growing, so that's awesome. Yeah, I got to go drop off some orders, so I've the shop has picked up in traction for sure, so that's awesome. So I'm going to go drop off some stickers to the post office, and we'll kind of see how today's going to go. Cyberpunk 2077 just came out today, so I'm probably going to just play that and just have a nice, relaxed, actual day off. At least for a few hours, and then I'm going to get back to doing all this stuff. Yeah. And then I got to work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the day job, which I'm not looking forward to, but hey, I got to do it.
Before views.
Okay, perfect. We'll start with this one. So my ace actually remembered his toys this night, and we ended up casting a couple of these little figures that he had going on. We ended up doing, I think, 2 of them, or just the one even. This was basically just to do a little experiment to see how they were going to cast, and we also wanted to make a couple alterations to one of these figures, so we decided to do a quick little dump mold. So this is just me helping him set up a really simple mold you can make with a cup. We only wanted to get a couple castings and try to see what we can do, and this is what we were able to come up with, so I just helped him get this going, and actually later on in the video we're going to do another casting that's a lot nicer and a much more professional look. Okay, so it is January 5th. It's now 2021. Basically, towards the end of 2020, you saw the little recap video most likely. I'll leave a card up here. It was just like a quick drawing. But I had a lot of plans that I set last year on this time for 2020 itself. And I achieved some of those goals. Some of them I didn't. I got to rewatch the video. But now we're in 2021. And it's time to make another series of goals and tasks and things I want to complete in this new year. Basically hoping it's a lot better than last year. Sorry if there's a weird humming noise. That's the heater. I live in Boston. It's winter time. It gets cold here. When the heater kicks on, it's super loud. I don't really have a list written out yet, but I'm starting so far with 2021 on productivity and trying to make things a bit more efficient and a little bit more streamlined and automated for this entire year, basically. All right, what's going on, guys? It is currently, I don't even know, January 9th. I thought I was going to be able to be a bit more productive with video stuff, but the world is going crazy right now. And I am sure you don't need me to explain that, so I won't. But I just wanted to kind of update you guys on some stuff. I got a ton of these new Wolf Pits thank you cards in. So they're basically logo on one side, and then on the back side, there are little QR codes with all my socials on there. One of the QR codes goes directly to Instagram, The other one goes directly to YouTube. So all you got to do is open your phone, open your camera, takes you right there. There's a lot of these. Okay, so there's a couple thousand in here. I think there's like 2,000. The reason I went with these, one, obviously they're a lot cheaper to get manufactured. I think I paid about $100 for this shipped to my house. And it took about a week. But they're great to hand out when the world kind of opens up. I'm at events. But my main idea was to take these with some plastic, which I also just got, which fits these in perfectly inside, with some of the moon patches. So I'm going to package those, make them a little bit easier to send out. And that's kind of it. So I'm going to set up the camera and just kind of zone out for a little while, package stuff up. Yeah, it's 2021. We got stuff going on. Sorry the angle's messy. I'm just kind of filming however I feel like filming. I don't want to stress out too much about a shot. Pull it off. Line it up. Keep it kind of square. Press it down. And bam. You get your patch and a card. And then you get your little QR codes, which are still scannable. Let me do a test real quick. You open your camera app. And then just hold it on one. There we go. Opens up the little tag on there. Hit that. Takes me directly to Instagram. Yeah, so that's that. I think that's pretty cool. And the YouTube is supposed to be the instant subscribe thing, but I don't know if that works on mobile the same way. So if anyone does know, let me know. I think this is a cool idea. There's so many of these that I can just hand these out when I'm places. I don't really carry business cards anymore as a graphic designer, mainly just because I haven't been really around or doing anything. So this is just what I have been working on, is coming up with things when I send out orders. But orders have slowed down quite a bit. It is what it is. It's just the start of the year, but I'm trying to stay optimistic. I'm still all the same goals as last year, and we're already off to a good start. As I'm filming this, I'm only 5 away from my first 2021 goal, which is awesome. We're less than 2 weeks into the year, so that's insane. If that happens, my next goal is a little bit bigger for like YouTube subscribers and whatnot. I'm working on skateboard graphics right now. This one is for Creektown Skateboards again, but this time we're doing an actual inked and illustrated graphic in a traditional style. I'm going to be traditionally inking it on actual Bristol board. Yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. So these are just some sketches of some things. It's going to most likely be a wizard on the board. That was like what we were talking about. I will catch you guys whenever I have time to film, because I've been working every single day at multiple jobs and it is awful. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I'm actually on my way to go check out a new studio space potentially. So it's in the brewery building, which is kind of like a pretty well-known spot in my neighborhood for our studios. I've looked at it over the years and they've never really had a spot open. So it's finally, people are starting to leave the city like they have been in every major city. And studio spaces are starting to open up, which is great for me. So I'm going to go check one out. It's a little expensive because of where it is, but it seems like it's a pretty good size. It's 240 square feet, which is more than enough for what I need at the moment. And we're going to go see how it looks. I figured I'd take you guys along. I'm a little tired. I was driving with my niece last night until like 3 in the morning at least. I didn't get home until 4. It's already just past noon, so I've slept a few hours. So I have enough energy to get through the day. Yeah, so it's January 12th. We're not even 2 weeks into the new year, and I've already made my first YouTube goal at the time of filming this. 1,100 subscribers on YouTube. Already did it within the first 2 weeks. That's crazy. It's already, I think as of this morning, it was like 1,107. So that's pretty wild. The next real big goal for me is 1,500. We'll see by the end of the year, but at the rate that the channel is growing, I think we're going to easily get there. Maybe even far surpass that. If I get this studio, won't be until February 1st is when I'd be able to move in there. We'll see. I'll obviously be updating you after this if I'm able to get it or whatnot, or if it works for my space. I'm going to try to maybe film some stuff in there. I don't know. I feel weird bringing my camera when I'm going to see the place for the first time. I feel like if I get it, I'll take photos on my phone, of course, but maybe not my full camera with like the mic and the ridiculous tripod to carry it around and all that shit might be weird. Basically, if I get it, I'm going to be able to just move my entire production that is currently my bedroom, which is really not fun. I can't have an easel set up in here because it takes up too much room. I can't cast toys in here because that shit's super toxic. I can't airbrush in here, also super toxic. All that stuff is going to be going to that space. I'll be able to do toy production again, doing a whole toy series with some friends, working on with 2 different people for 2 different toy series, explaining production, casting, outsourcing to a factory, because I get hit up on Instagram every single day. So that stuff we're going to work on a series now. It's going to be on the main YouTube channel. So just things that are a little bit more specific, that go a bit more in depth, that are a couple hours long. They're not going to be super crazy edited videos. They're going to be really bare bones, cut and dry. Here's 45 minutes of me explaining something that would take, 45 minutes to explain. So you guys can go and check that out when those are up. So those are in the works. And that's about it. That's all I can think of for this little check-in. And yeah, I don't know. How are you guys doing? Let me know. It is Monday, January 18th. I have no idea the last time I filmed anything. I have no idea what I've done pretty much since the last time I filmed until now. But it is currently 2:11 a.m. I need to be at work in a couple hours, which I don't even fucking know why I'm doing this. But I figured I'd check in. I'm drawing a bunch of stuff now. I've been trying to keep up more consistently on Instagram. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, you should. I put way too much time into it, at least now. So I've just been posting flash designs like every single day, and I'm just forcing myself to do at least one a day. And I'm just using my iPad. I do want to paint again, but again, I don't really have much space. I went to go check out a studio. I think that's actually the last thing I filmed, which was a couple days, maybe like a week ago. I can't even remember. But ended up not working out. I did take some photos on my phone and some little video clips, but I feel kind of weird sharing it. The artists still have their stuff in the space, and I don't feel comfortable sharing their personal, private studio stuff, if that makes sense. I don't know them personally or anything like that, but I just feel weird sharing someone else's work, if that makes sense. That's someone's private space. They probably don't want people in there sharing whatever they're working on. I'm still on the hunt for a studio, and the hunt is not going well. But what else is new? I've been looking for years, honestly. I'm actually contemplating a very ridiculous idea, and it could just be that it's 2 in the fucking morning and I can't get this idea out of my head, and I might go forward with it. I'm considering selling all of my stocks, which is my entire savings in everything, like all of it, which is not a lot of money, but it is enough money for me to rent an overpriced studio for a month or 2. Seems ridiculous, not a good idea, but I don't know what else to do anymore. I'm working like multiple day jobs. I have like no time to really do proper freelance design work. And even then when I get those jobs, there's no money. That's making it even harder and harder for me to do this stuff. And I'm just looking now, like, it's just crazy. Boston is just as expensive as ever. A lot of people are leaving, but most people have not left, like in New York. But I'm trying to stay optimistic. I'm considering it now. If I can find a place that I can rent for 3 months, and for the first month I continue to work and do like a million fucking things like I'm doing right now, I think maybe after that month I would cut my hours in half, and by the 3rd month I just completely quit all of the day jobs and just go back to fully making art and tutorials and stuff. And it's not a good idea, but I don't care anymore. I just don't. And I figured, why the fuck not? If I actually had 3 months without all of the bullshit going on that I have to deal with on a day-to-day, and just focused on making art, doing toy stuff again, the stuff I want to do, like everyone else seems to be doing across the board in like so many places. What am I doing? I don't want to work, multiple 9-to-5 jobs where I hate the job. I don't enjoy the company I'm working for. It's not a good company. I don't make good money. I'm wasting all of my time, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm getting older and older, literally daily, working at these places, to the point where the last year, even though it was awful and horrific, I have no idea where it went. Not a clue, couldn't tell you. So, I don't know. I'm going to finish up these drawings. I'm going to hopefully finish 2 to 3 sketches, and then maybe finish some stuff on my iPad before I have to go to work tomorrow, and maybe try to sleep, and yeah, just finish those drawings. And then Monday, I either have to go work at the skate shop, or I need to work on a skateboard graphic, which I finally have sent sketches out and they approved one of the concepts. I'm going to be working on that. I'm going to be filming later today with Maisa and Ram at the shop. We'll be working on Maisa's toys. Thursday, it's going to be just skateboard stuff. Tuesday through Thursday are the days that I typically have to work on other career stuff. That's not one of the main 9 to 5 jobs. I'll be most likely at the skate shop one of those days, doing the board graphic, and then another day to catch up on hopefully editing some videos and then trying to get everything ready to go. I don't know. I'm tired, if you could not tell.
What?
Are you fucking up first shot?
Yeah. I get nervous when you want to record me.
So here we're cutting a bunch of sheets of thin plexiglass to make some mold walls for the next silicone stage of this project. We're just cutting with a hand tool because we didn't have the right things to cut and snap them. So we have all the pieces here. Mice already did all of these sculptures. We filmed some of those clips. I want to see what I have when we go to put this all in the vlog. But just wanted to kind of give a little update on what we're doing next. Now that we have the walls cut out of the plexiglass, this stuff right here, these are very thin. We're actually going to get these set up. We're going to hot glue them to all the appropriate edges, get the clay nice and clean and smooth. And once that's all down, we'll actually be able to start with the silicone. I brought my vacuum chamber, so we're going to degas all the silicone. Hopefully show you what that looks like. And then we're going to pour the first half of these molds, and then we're probably just going to hang out and draw the rest of the night. And that'll be it, and we'll be back tomorrow. So now we're actually just adding the mold walls with a little bit of hot glue and trying to secure them all to this base that they're all on currently and smooth out the clay. So we're going to actually do the measurement now. This is going to be by weight on this. So it's a 10-to-1 ratio. We have this scale here. We're going to be measuring it in grams. We're going to tear this out. We're going to place our bucket that we're going to mix in. That is 62 grams, but we're going to tear that out to start at 0. This makes the scale think that there's no weight. Always tear out anytime you do a movement on there. Now we're going to get the first bit of material, we're going to get it in here, get the measurement, and then we're going to do some math here and figure out what that ratio is going to be. Now this is a really simple formula. This is a 10-to-1 ratio. Fortunately, the amount in here that we're measuring on is going to be measure about 910 grams, and the part B would be about 91. To be safe, we're going to do 900 grams and 90 on the other part and component. So again, we're just going to tear this out. This will be enough to probably do our first half of these molds. And we're going to try to get 900 grams, pour it into this container on the top. You want to make sure to scrape everywhere in this container, getting out as much as you can. Now we're filling up 3 molds, so this is a lot of material to measure out at once for most projects. We're trying to get as close as we can to our target goal of 900 grams. There is loss in a lot of these, so it's just good to really take your time. We're getting close. I think we might just make it. 890 grams. We're going to tear this out. Now we need to get 89 grams of the next part. So we'll just tear this out at 890. This has been shaken well. We're going to open this up now. Always wear gloves. This stuff is not good to get on your skin. Especially if you have sensitive skin, this can create allergic reactions and all sorts of stuff that you don't want. Pour this really slowly. We have a 45-minute working window to work with this silicone. And we want to spend a good 5 to 10 minutes mixing this as thoroughly as possible with the mixing stick, making sure we scrape all the sides and properly infuse all of this. You can use a drill, but you're going to definitely want to use a vacuum chamber if you're going to go that route. We have this hand mixer, so we're just going that way tonight. So here we're just mixing all the silicone to make sure it's a consistent color before putting it inside the vacuum chamber. Once it goes inside the vacuum chamber, it actually pulls all the air out. You're less likely to get bubbles on the actual mold. And then you just pour it right on top of your master parts. Tuesday, January 19th. It's 1:14 a.m. We just finished pouring the silicone molds, and now we're on to our regular weekly drawing until too late. So I'm going to draw, I think, a flail, and Mice is ordering colorful spoons. I guess that's what he's doing. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to film a little bit of us hanging out and drawing, and we're listening to podcasts about horrific murderers. Because what else do you do at 1 in the morning? So the molds have cured. It's been 24 hours. So now we're actually adding a little bit of rubbing alcohol to the surface of the hot glue. This helps liberate the molds from mold boxes we made by getting all the hot glue off the surface. Now we're just cleaning up all the molds, removing the old clay, and then preparing the mold boxes for the second half. Alright everybody, you've met Mais in my other videos, seen him a little bit. So we just finished doing the second mold walls around last night's pour. You want to pick that one up and show everybody what we got in there? The first half of the mold, we just sprayed these with a mold release. These are ready to go. We hit them with a soft brush to get rid of the excess. So we have the other one here. We got 2 different toys. This one's ready to go. Okay, same step as before. Pour the silicone, mix it up, degas it, and then pour the second mold halves.
Yeah, it is bonded, huh?
So we ended up using the wrong type of release agent, and it was actually a silicone-based release agent, so it ended up bonding the blocks together, but it was fine. We were able to cut them open and pull out the master parts. Here we're just mixing up the first couple test casts and pouring them in. I think they came out great. So we're in the demolding process now. That's not going anywhere. So we're removing the cardboard supports here. Okay, so we have a mechanical lock. What we got to do is we got to cut around, cut the resin with some pliers. So we'll be right back. Yeah. Oh, what'd you get? You get 3/4 of a piece in there? What do we got? Oh shit!
Come on, man. Even this is nice because it's like
An
the
actual,
land.
yeah, that's cool, man. That's not bad. Check that out. All right. Yeah, you want to show that a bit more on the lens there? That's all I can zoom in, apparently. That looks awesome, man. I actually like the color, too. I think that's like a cool color for that one. All right. I would save that one. You might be able to like pour more into that. Do something with it. All right. That's pretty good. We got a decent casting. We're still figuring out the mechanical locks situation, but it's not bad at all. So that's how it's done. So yeah, it looks really nice. Couple bubbles, that was expected, but all in all, really nice. The rope detail on the top, how's that?
Nice, perfect.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
See it?
That's awesome. All right, so we're gonna reset up. We're gonna cast a few more, and then we'll show you guys the results of those at the end of the night.
Toys look great, huh?
They look really good. Yeah, they came out great. Okay, guys, what's going on? One of my videos went viral on TikTok. Super weird. Never thought that would be something I'd be saying to you guys. But as of right now, as I'm filming this, I currently now have more followers on TikTok than I currently have subscribers on YouTube. That's insane. It's actually from one of my old YouTube videos, that the video that I posted. I just made it shorter. I'll leave a card to that original video here if you guys want to check it out. But holy goddamn, I can't even believe it. I'm kind of blown away. Everyone's super nice and like really supportive on there. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you actually made it this far, thank you so much for sitting through that chaotic mess of a edit there. Everything was shot super run and gun because the last few months have been so stressful, just working so much. This is all I could really capture and kind of edit down. I just really want to say thank you guys for all the recent support. The last few months has been really hard and really stressful for myself. I know for a lot of you as well. But the fact that you guys have stuck around and more of you are joining and adding and subscribing every day is just so incredible, and it means so much to me. And I also really wanted to thank all my new patrons. I'm trying to stay as optimistic as possible for the new year, so let's get it. 2021, new things on the horizon, and a lot more great content to come. Wolf Pits out. Peace.